Hello and welcome back on another debrief with both Misty and I. This is going to be a debrief for chapter number 7. Okay, you guys, I don't know, but so far on these first 7 chapters, I am loving the book and it's definitely making me think outside of the box. Not that I wasn't already, but now it's just like the possibilities, right? Like you start to see all these opportunities and you're like, wow, these slight little things make a huge difference. So here we go. This one is chapter 7 titled You Are Standing on the Leading Edge of Thought. Now, I'm not going to lie to you guys. I had to pull up the dictionary because I was like, leading edge, right? We all hear these words sometimes and we repeat them. I know I do. And I don't even know what the hell they mean. They sound good though, right? So here we go. This is what I found in terms of leading edge. And it's saying something that is or represents the most advanced or innovative aspect of a field, activity, or profession. So that is basically telling me, hey, Amber, you are standing on the most innovative, the most advanced thoughts. What does that mean, right? So here it's basically saying, it says, because of what so many have lived and are living, and because of the summoning power of so many of their desires, the well being of your future experience is well in place. And in like manner, your current desires will, in turn, provide an energy stream for future generations to benefit from. So here is the moment we say thank you to our ancestors and the lineages that came before us. Because we always say, you get passed down ancestral messages or ancestral information or ancestral energy. But it starts to make sense. In order for us to be in the leading edge of thought right now, there had to have been so many thoughts before me. In order for the thoughts to get refined more and more and more, and the more refined we get, well, we understand now the universe loves us knowing what we want. So if we are able to break down, I want, oh, it's so hot, I want something cold, to saying, because it is hot, I want a vanilla ice cream cone. It's so much easier for the universe to put the person, place, or thing in your path to get you to that ice cream cone. But because you're saying it's so hot, you know what? The universe might just turn on the clouds to start raining. That's not probably what you wanted, right? But that, I think, is the beautiful thing of leading edge thought and what this chapter is trying to convey. It's saying, hey, all of the experiences up until now have been thought and desired by someone else. So you are now flying in that plane that those brothers thought about years ago. And I bet you money that those brothers were not the first ones to have thought about that. It was probably their thought processes, which is, that signal that we talked about before. They probably attracted a thought in the ether that was already there. So it was easier for them to magnetize it because they continued to think something that someone before them had already released. So I'm just super excited, girl. Now that I researched the word, I'm like, oh my god, because now it just makes so much sense why they also say we're living in the best time in mankind right now, right? Science is evolved enough to help, right? I feel like there's a lot of information out there to be able to be of our assistance compared to before. To get information, you had to walk, swim, because for sure flying wasn't the thing. So I'm very excited to know that I am able to close my eyes and understand that the thoughts that come to me are not fresh, brand new. It's a thought that already exists. Therefore, the fact that I'm thinking of it just tells me, hey, what you thought someone else thought, but that person didn't have the courage. So now that you're thinking this, I'm going to go ahead and bring this desire that was left dead in the ether. I'm bringing it to you. So now, that doesn't specifically mean that that's what the chapter 7 says, okay? It's just what I am debriefing, how I am consuming this information for my well being and how to go ahead and manifest my desires. But my love, go ahead and take over and let me know if there's anything else that you'd like to share.
Thank you, love. That was a beautiful, beautiful run through with the definition of the furthermost what is it? The furthermost extension? No, the leading edge of thought. Um, because like Amber said, she was kind of talking about it. I heard her in the background talking like, what is the leading edge, what is that? And I'm like, I don't even know what that is. I'm like, I better go back and try to look at that. But that the way you broke it down, that's definitely a very, very beautiful beautiful way of putting it. And just to kind of, there's a place here in the chapter, it says, you are on the furthermost extension of that which we are. So it's just like, oh my gosh, like you said, it's just a beautiful thing to know that there's so many desires out there. And then basically with us having this human experience, it's it's letting those desires actually come through into the forefront and not just be a thought anymore. It's like, when they see, to me, that's kind of like what I see it as, you have all these leading edge thoughts, like all these things that people want, but then sometimes people kind of change it, and just actually, like you said, just letting something actually come, have enough focus to what you desire, and actually letting it realize and come to this physical 3D experience for us. And I think, that's a beautiful thing, especially for people that, have always wanted to, like, maybe have a child, maybe they couldn't have a child, and then all of a sudden, you put your focus enough, and now you're able to experience, having this child and giving birth, and just those thoughts all together, just being able to make them realize, I feel like that's very expansive altogether, to have your thoughts come to reality. So that's kind of what this chapter, how I interpreted it, is that if you can desire it, the universe can produce it. So if we definitely stay focused enough on what we desire, like, the universe celebrates when when we're happy. I know, you know what I mean, like, and I feel like happiness is definitely contagious. Like, when you're happy, like, you make other people happy. Even sometimes just seeing like a happy baby, like, you could be mad, but you see that little baby just cracking up, and you can't help but not crack up too. So it's just, just being able to have a desire that you truly want, and to have enough focus and belief that it's going to happen, and to let it actually come forth, and just experience that experience. I feel like that's all. I feel like that's kind of what it's all about, as far as what they're talking about, is for us to, it's like the universe is celebrating in the background, like, yeah, they got it. Like, we all happy, like, ooh, ooh. So that's where I'm at with this. I would love, or do you have anything else, love?
Not
No.
really, but here, you know what? What I will say is this: I'm going to just go ahead and actually use this quote, and it says here, "The people of your time are benefiting dramatically from the experiences of those generations that preceded you." The book says it, right? For through the experiences that they lived and the desires that they were generated within them, the summoning began. And today, you are the ones on the leading edge of reaping the benefits of what those past generations asked for. At the same time, you are continuing to ask. So, I have heard before someone say that what place on this planet has the most dreams or the most worth? And I've heard it over and over, the funeral. So what is it called? The graveyard. Not the funeral. The graveyard, right? And and it goes to show why. Because there's so many thoughts and so many desires that these people, generation after generation die with. And so guess what? Here we are, right? And we are the ones that are able to go ahead and bring them to, our world and bring them to fruition and actually reap, right? Everything that has been harvested before us, because it's like a ball of energy, right? Say, for example, Missy's thinking of this house, this beautiful house, and she tells me about this house, and now I'm telling my family about this house. But guess what? Missy passed away. God forbid. It's just an example. So that house is already built. It's already in the ether because Misty put her energy into it, and now it became an energy ball. But guess what? This house is now unattended to. But because Missy told me about the house, I have now kept that house in my mind. It doesn't mean I want what Missy's had and now she's dead, I'm going to take that shit. No, it just means it became a conscious thought in my mind that most likely, because I'm thinking of Missy, I will think of that house. And I will think of, like, the memories that we could have had there, or all the things that she used to talk about, and how, like, it'd be nice if I can go ahead and continue, her vision or whatever the case may be. Well, guess what? It's going to be so much more simpler for me to bring that home to my awareness and directly in my hands than my next door neighbor that had no idea of what this house was like. Because Missy added all her energy to this home. All I'm doing is making sure that I bring my energy to the same place, and whoop, I'm going to get this. Versus the person next door has to think and create it. And maybe it's not this one that already has this strong energy with it. So I just wanted to, make sure that I read it from the book so that people could truly see how far back these things go, and how so out of our not control, but yes, how so out of our control these universal laws work and exist. And so this is once again another reminder, whether you believe in it or you don't believe in it, they're happening regardless. So might as well believe in it. Might as well believe in it and make your journey so much more simpler, and bring these things that you desire into your life a little bit more faster, just because you're believing in it. And by believing in it, it brings an awareness, and that awareness will bring a higher consciousness, and that you make better choices, and so on and so forth. So that is the last thing that I wanted to share, my love. Thank you so much. So take it over, my love.
Yeah, thank you. So definitely believe that whatever you ask, it definitely is going to be given. That's kind of where I'm going to leave it at, because it's true. Just asking it is given, and just believe, like, there's so much behind us. So thank you again, everyone, for being here with us. Definitely, we would love to hear your comments, so please drop it in there. How did you interpret this chapter? What were some of your takeaways, your golden nuggets? What do you want to share with us? We'd love to hear. So please go ahead and share. Please leave your comments, and we will definitely see you all in the next chapter.